mind work like a computer? And can we remove and delete bad memories forever?
Well, no. You wouldn't want to delete what you call bad memories. There's no reason to. There's no reason. There's no such thing in my way of thinking as a bad memory. There's only what happened, and your record of it is not even necessarily accurate. You know, your memory is not necessarily an accurate record of events. Your memory is influenced by your feelings about the memory, by what other people have said about the memory, by things that occurred before the actual event ever happened that prepared your mind to respond in a particular way about what it is you're calling a memory. So memory is not an accurate record of what actually occurred. So why bother to erase it? The thing that people have a problem with, what they call bad memory, or a bad memory, is the feelings. Negative feelings about a significant emotional event. What if, and so here's the part where that answers the question, if your mind works like a computer, yes, in certain ways. It is programmable, it has been programmed, otherwise you wouldn't be able to talk, tie your shoes, get dressed, drive a car, dial a phone. All of those are programs that have been programmed in, and so they're kind of automatic. And you just do them without thinking about them. Those are programs, you see. And so we have negative feelings about certain memories. You'll have a significant emotional event, and then you will have an adverse reaction to that event. You will have some upsetting reaction, not towards that thing that actually happened. So when I say the word reaction, means to reenact. So you keep reenacting it, reenacting it, reenacting it, reenacting it, and that's kind of on automatic. And so it's kind of like when your computer hangs up and you get that little spinning thing that won't go away. That's like a negative code that got put into the computer, and yes, that can be erased. The negative reaction can be erased so that you can still remember exactly what happened, maybe even more vividly than ever before. You simply won't have the negative feeling about it. It'll just be like, yep, that's what happened. Right? Like if you went to your favorite restaurant and had a really terrible meal, I mean it was just awful and the waiter was terrible and it's just a bad experience and you had a bad feeling about it, right? You wouldn't spend the rest of your life reliving that and being traumatized by it, right? You would just say, you would remember it, you'd just go, I'm not going back to that restaurant.
Yes.
Yeah. So people have terrible things that happen to them. They have bad things that happen to them. You don't get through life without having bad things happen to you. Sorry, I hope that you learn to deal with the bad things in such a way that you can learn from them. Go, okay, well, I'm not going to do that anymore. Instead of carrying around the bad feelings about the unpleasant experience and having it ruin your life in such a way that it influences your future decisions, it influences the way you think and feel about others, how you think and feel about yourself. The worst thing that happens with adverse, highly emotionally charged emotional experiences are that people end up feeling ashamed. They have a sense of shame or they feel less in some way, they feel diminished, there's a loss of power, there's a loss of light, there's a loss of happiness and well-being, and then they carry that around, and because they feel like they are less as a human being and they're ashamed, that affects their relationships with other people. So they go around trying to get some kind of validation from other people, like other people can help them to feel better, instead of dealing with the negative emotion, getting rid of that, and then going back around to the natural state. Your natural state is a happy state. Did you know that?
Yes, because I think we can easily remember the good things rather than bad things.
Well, yes, part of that would be about memory, but who you are as a human being, who you are is a powerful, creative, resourceful, intelligent being. And things happen and we forget that. Things happen that have us think otherwise of ourselves. And then we bring this diminished view of ourselves into our relationship. It's kind of like, you remember I was talking about the meta conversation with the earlier caller, the conversation that's going on in the silence that nobody's really saying. Did you hear that part?
Yes.
Yeah. So it'd be like if the meta conversation is, you know, I'm really ashamed and I'm not really very worthy. I've had terrible things happen to me, so I'm kind of dirty and bad and I'm not very good, but would you like to have a relationship? That's what's going on in the background, you see. And so instead of like, I'm a powerful, awesome, beautiful, productive, incredible, creative being, you want to have a relationship?
Yes.
You see, so part of the work that the main work that we're doing at Embrace Growth all the time is to remind you of how powerful you are, how beautiful you are, how much a part of an eternal creative force that you are, and bring that to the table. And because there's nobody like you. You are a unique emanation of something that is brilliant and eternal, that's always been here and always will be. And you have the unique opportunity here in this particular frequency, in this particular reality, in this particular one called you, to manifest that over and over again as joy, as life, as fulfillment, as creativity, as art, as love. You have an opportunity to do that. And my work at Embrace Growth and in my hypnotherapy sessions, the private sessions that I do with people, is to help you go back to those incidences in which that got shut off and to clear that up so that that can never affect you in a negative way again. And with that, I'm going to end the show because I'm out of time. So
I see.
thank you for calling. Thank you for your brilliant question. And I hope to speak with you another time on Love Talk.